Time for a new episode of Better Call Saul! Oh, I must have forgotten to close the garage door.
Gene!
Well, that's a start.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Better Call Saul. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our weekly review for this week's episode of Season 6. This is for Season 6, Episode 10, titled Nippy. Guys, this one's going to be doing another video for today. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Better Call Saul. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our review for Season 6, Episode 10 of Better Call Saul. This one is titled Nippy. So, changing the patterns for Better Call Saul with the this and this titles that they've been doing this season, which I've really been enjoying. Now that we're in the Gene storyline, if you will, it sounds like that is when they're kind of cutting that off. So, we're in the Gene storyline. I don't know what the hell just fell there. This is what I get when I do big black and white intros. But anyway, I'm going to keep that in the video. You know what? Screw it. Anyway, let's talk about, I'll get whatever the hell that was later. Let's talk about this episode. So, I was very surprised because obviously by the way the last episode ended, I thought that we would, get into the Breaking Bad timeline or, whatever. And we do know, and I will make sure I mention, we do know that Walt and Jesse are supposed to make a cameo in Better Call Saul in the next few episodes. So we are going to go back to that timeline at some point, at least I would assume so. So obviously, one of these episodes have to be, after the events of 609. So they're kind of giving us an episode with Gene, and then I have a feeling they're going to bring us back. And I have a feeling that once we see the Walt and Jesse episode, when we go back with Gene, we're going to get, full color. I have a feeling that's what it's going to be. Because this is still technically two different timelines. Because, we do know that Walt and Jesse will make an appearance. We'll be making a cameo at some point here in this show. And there's only 3 episodes left, so it has to be soon. But let's actually talk about the events that went down in this episode. Now, this episode was really interesting because you basically have Gene, who is, working at the Cinnabon. Obviously, he is, still undercover as Gene. Nobody's recognizing him. He's, he's doing good. He's working at the mall and stuff like that and kind of laying low, right? But we get introduced to, in this episode, as we kind of see him going around, leaving these flyers for this, dog of his that is so-called gone missing. And you got this older lady that he kind of helps out, and she invites him over for like tea or something like that. And, she wants to talk to him about his dog and stuff like that. So he politely goes over. And you find out that this old lady's son is the cab driver from season 4. Who, if you guys don't remember, he was the one that was on to Gene. He kind of, knew that he was Saul Goodman and he was kind of pressuring him to say it. And he now is, kind of pissed looking at him because he knows who he is. He knows who he's capable of and what he's capable of. So, you kind of get this scheme that Gene kind of sets up. And he goes back to his Saul ways. His plan in this episode is so he can catch him doing something illegal so that at the end of the episode, which this is so brilliantly put together by Gene, that he can then make sure that he can't speak to the law about him being Saul because he has something against him now too. If he goes to the police about Gene, he will also, report him. So they either both go down together or they don't go down at all. And that's the deal that's made in this episode. But it was really intense as you watch the episode through because he kind of gets to be buddy-buddy with these mall cops that, keep an eye on the security cameras, right? And he always brings over a cinnamon bun so they can stay turned around from the camera as he goes in there and steals the stuff from the clothing store and the suits and all the equipment and stuff like that. And it gets pretty intense because he's eating the cinnamon bun, and this is after like the 75th time he's come to go see these security guards. He's like, best friends with them now. And he keeps them distracted while, you kind of see him, going through the mall, stealing stuff, obviously. And the floors, I would assume, are, newly been like cleaned or whatever, been mopped. So he slips on the floor, passes right out, knocks himself out on the floor, and Gene has to keep the damn mall cop distracted the entire time. And, he's halfway through eating a cinnamon bun, he flips it the other way, you're just like, oh shit, like there's no way out of this. And Gene starts to break down about how messed up his life is, which it's a distraction, yes, but I also feel like part of that is actually genuine. Like when he mentions like his brother and stuff like that, that part I feel like is actually genuine. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's actually real. So that was pretty crazy as well too. And basically, they get away with it. He gets out. It was pretty intense there. I honestly was not sure that they were going to be able to pull this off, but he asks them, like, say we're done, which that's a really cool nod to Breaking Bad. And there were a few of those in this too, like talking about, the guy that was the chemistry teacher, and then look how rich he became because he did a little, little jobs like this. So, he kind of, references Walter White a few times in this, which I also thought was really, really cool. So, very, very awesome stuff. And the episode basically ends with him kind of looking at his suit and tie and deciding to leave it for now. But obviously, based off of the main key arc for this season, we know that he goes back to his Saul ways at some point. So it's going to be cool to see what they do next. This was a really cool kind of, flash forward type episode. I will say the black and white is my only kind of nitpick with this episode, just because obviously, here's the thing. I do understand, and I know some people are going to say, well, Dan, don't you understand that the reason why they're doing the black and white is so that the past timeline can be all, colorful and, Saul-like, and then this timeline can be kind of dark and bleak and this and that, and that's why they're doing it in black and white. I understand that, but I will say as a viewer, it does kind of make me just visually blah about it. I'm not a big fan of black and white stuff. So again, I get why they're doing it, don't get me wrong, but I think it definitely would have made the episode a little bit more gripping for me if we would have had full color. I am going to be honest, which I do think we're going to get that. I just think it's going to be in a matter's time, but I do wish we had color. I think that would have helped this episode out a little bit. So I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I don't think it's as good as episode 8 and 9, but it's definitely a really good episode. I like some of the nods and kind of tie-ins to, Breaking Bad, and tie-in... Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of tie-ins to Breaking Bad. So, anyway, really cool episode. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought, and that is it for this video, guys. Make sure, of course, if you're new to the channel, to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Make sure to also follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys, and, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Better Call Saul. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.